I came to the States, to this land of opportunity, and I find this very unique niche of buying and selling mobile homes. And I want to share with you my experience. I have probably close to 9 years already buying and selling mobile homes. I want to share with you all this experience, and I just hope that you can benefit from it. So, when you rehabbing or flipping a mobile home, you have to take in consideration this that there are 5 different steps. They are all very, very important. 5 different steps. Number one is acquiring the property, how you're going to buy the mobile home. Number two is planning. You have to plan ahead your project. What is it that you're doing? Number three is budgeting. I have them all written down here. My beautiful wife wrote this down for me. I'm not good at spelling, so she is always helping me with this. So number two is planning. Number three is budgeting. Number four is executing. And number five is selling. So when you're planning on, or when you have in mind to flip a mobile home, you got to go through these different 5 steps. So let's start with the first one. Acquiring the property. If you're going to purchase a mobile home, the very first thing that you should take in consideration is money. I mean, you need to buy the mobile home. Of course, in mobile home, there are different strategies when buying and selling mobile homes. Some will need some for you to invest in cash, others they not. But rehabbing, flipping, you're gonna need some cash out of your pocket. So better ask yourself first, what is the budget? What is the amount of money that you can count on? Or what is the purchase price that you want to start with? If you want to start in the $10,000 range, or you want to go to $50,000 or $100,000, the good thing about mobile home investing or rehabbing mobile homes is that you can start with as little as $1,000, or you can go up to 100, even more. But that's the beauty of investing or flipping mobile homes. Again, when you're acquiring a property, see for the money first. We're looking for a percentage of return in our investment. We're going to be talking about this in a few minutes, but we're looking for a percentage of return in our investment. So if you are flipping mobile homes on the $50,000 range and you're planning to get 50% return, you're going to end up with probably $25,000 in your pocket. Different than if you flipping properties on the $10,000 range, you're returning 50% also, but the amount is going to be lower, about $5,000. So it depends on what you want to do. The decision is yours. That's number one. Acquiring the property, you got to consider your budget. Number two, planning. And this is the stage that usually takes more time. Planning a property. Remember, you want to, the whole idea, the goal is to flip a property for profit. That's the goal. But if you don't plan how to execute the project, you're going to end up with a lot of problems. Statistically, some of these words are difficult for me. Statistically speaking, okay, I hope I said it right. Statistically speaking, the people who plan the projects more usually end up earning 35% more than those who don't. So better plan you want to analyze the deal and see if what is the highest return on your investment. There are different stages, different strategies, on mobile home investing. If you're using the wholesale strategy or rehab strategy or a cash flow strategy, like this lease option also, or owner financing, either one of the strategies, you have to plan what is it that you're going to do, what is it that you're going to do. But now we are talking about rehabbing. Okay, so let's go back to this. When you rehab a mobile home, ask yourself if you are going to do a full rehab on the mobile home or a partial rehab on the mobile home. For instance, If the full rehab is going to take you, say, 2 to 3 months after you finish all the job and sell the property, and at the end you're going to make $12,000 in 3 months, different than doing just partial rehab, clean up and paint real quick and get rid of it, the property right away, and you end up with only $5,000 in 3, 4 weeks. So you got to make up your mind. How much is that you want to make, and what is the amount of time that you're going to be investing in that? But remember, what you're looking for is to figure out what is the most money or more return that you're going to get in your investment. All right. Now, if you want to cash flow for a few years, you might want to use the rent-to-own strategy. You can structure the straight payments that include the interest for 3 years, 3 to 4 years, with a down payment that will cover your initial investment. That's very important. If you put $10,000 in a property and your ARV value is going to be $25,000, you request $10,000 as a down payment. If you follow me up, the rest is going to be infinite return. I mean, you can structure that. But then again, click the link below if you want to learn more about this. Go to our Mobile Home Business Mastery course. We can teach you all these different strategies. Let's go back to what we're talking about. The whole point of this is, if we put your example so you can see, so you can learn, the more time you put into your deals, the more interest you put into learning how to use the different strategies, the better you're going to do. At the end, the whole thing is to find those endless opportunities in combination of different strategies, so you can learn how to engineer any deal, anytime, any place. When acquiring and purchasing a mobile home, the important thing is to find a nice area or a place where you're going to invest in mobile homes, flip them out, but with a good return, of course. But you want to stay in those places with a healthy number of sales. You don't want to go to places where you're only going to be doing just one. There's not much business in that. You're here to make money, so you got to go to those places where you find more properties to flip. And they're all over the place. They're all over the place. Second, ask yourself if the type of mobile home you're looking for to flip, okay, will be easy to sell. That's very important for you. You're a flipper. You're a rehabber. So you better think, ask yourself, where is those places? Where are those places? And what type of mobile home is the one that are selling the most, the one that people are looking for? These are second-hand mobile homes. If you rehabbing a mobile home, remember, it's a second-hand mobile home. And we have mobile homes from the years of 70s, some are from the 60s, but all these properties, they need a lot of rehabbing. There's a lot of inventory. So stay in those places where you see not so much a lot, but a healthy number of sales. Because if you go to a mobile home park and you see half of the park for sale, I mean, that might not be the best place. So think about all that when you're planning your rehabbing project. This is something that I want you to learn. I might say it, once or twice, but when you're rehabbing a mobile home, don't go for the biggest or the smallest in the mobile home park, because those are hard to sell. You want to stay with those that are, easy to flip, the easier and faster to flip. That's where you want to stay. So how are you going to start? I will say the inspection is very important on a mobile home. Probably you're going to end up buying it, so you need to know what's going on with that property. Part of the planning is to make sure that the water and the electricity are on the day that you come to inspect the property. Okay, so make sure, don't waste your time going to a property there's no water running or no electricity. You're going to miss a lot of things. So mobile homes are easy to inspect when you have the experience. But if you don't, hear me well, if you don't have the experience how to inspect a mobile home, easy. Just hire a mobile home inspector. and follow up every single step that he's doing. Ask them, ask questions. They know, they got the experience, they've been doing it for a while. If you want to learn, ask if you can even tape record what they're doing and gain that experience for yourself. Keep in mind, there are some things that are really, really important that you don't want to miss in an inspection, okay? Again, if you want to learn more about it, click the link below, and we would like to teach you more about all this. So let's go back to inspection. The most important things to inspect. Let's start with the roof. Always bring a ladder to check it out. See what the roof expectancy is. Some like a shingle roof, you can see when it's really, really thin, the layers of the roof are really, really thin. You can see there's not much roof expectancy. And the reason behind it's not a deal breaker. It's actually for you to have an idea how much you're gonna spend in rehabbing that particular mobile home. So put it in your budget. All these numbers, they're gonna add up. And that's knowing these numbers is a way to negotiate also the price. The HVAC, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, check it out. The electricity is very important. In mobile homes on the 70s, I think, on the 80s, they were using Federal Pacific circuit breakers panels. Be careful with that, because if your property going to end up with a lender, they don't like these breakers. They don't like it. It's estimated that almost 2,800 fire occur every year, and they are directly result of the Federal Pacific panel breakers malfunction. So stay away from them. Or worst case scenario, you're going to have to replace that panel entirely, and at a cost of $7,000 to $1,000, all depends where you are, and it's part of the budget. It's part of the job, the budget. It's not a deal breaker. You're just looking to see how much is your spending, how much it's gonna come out of your pocket to make that deal work. So when you're inspecting, that's what you're looking for. The plumbing also. Check for signs of water leaks under the sink, in the bathroom areas. Check all that. Flooring. Mobile homes, you have to get to the custom to walk all the mobile homes, because the flooring, they have soft spots, and you have to know how many places need to be repaired or replaced. Check it all out, all the flooring. Doors and windows, check out for broken glasses or malfunctioning. The doors and windows, don't pass them out. The outside also. What is it that you're looking for the outside? Mostly it's the screening, the siding, the steps are very important. And if you're in the southern states like Georgia, Florida, check out for the awnings. See if they have it, because they're very important here in the States due to the hurricane seasons. So if they don't, make sure that you provide some kind of protection for the new buyers. So put it in your budget. Plan to start your rehab project the same day that you close on the property. There is no time to waste. You're doing a rehab project, put everything into planning. That is step number 2. Now, let's go to budgeting. This is very important. All these different steps, they carry a weight, so don't pass them out. Budgeting is very important too. When inspecting a mobile home, you do it with few things in mind, like the total cost of the rehab. Don't be too conservative with these numbers. In fact, see if you can add a 15 to 20% extra for your total budget for the unexpected surprises. They always appear one or two. So make sure that you add up a little bit more to your budget. The length of time of the rehab, this is not a 6-month project. It's not. A total rehab mobile home should take, I would say, 3 weeks. That would be ideal, okay? But that's a total rehab. It's not like, we have experience in rehabbing single family properties. a lot of years of experience. And those projects takes longer because you got to pull permits, you got to wait for a lot of things. Okay, so and the selling process, we're going to be talking about selling at the end here, but the selling project of a single fam also takes time. But this is not that. These are mobile homes. They're easier to sell. It takes less time if you plan well, and if you budget correctly, it won't take that long. So the ideal is to do the whole rehab project within 2 to 3 weeks and get rid of the property in 1 to 2 months mostly. But again, if you price your property well, you shouldn't have any problems in getting rid of it within a month. So that's good. Now, carrying costs. Carrying costs is very important in your planning. Remember, you have utilities, you got the lot rent to pay, you got taxes in some mobile home parks that are due once a year. Be careful with that. And you have marketing also. So all this part of the carrying costs. And of course, your net profit. Ask yourself, how much do you want to make out of this deal? Ask yourself. Everyone is different, but I'm going to give you a key that might help you a lot. I call it the 60% rule. I learned this, in real estate was there was total different numbers, but I kind of tweaked it, and with the experience that we have in mobile homes, we call it the 60% rule. This is a formula that we use for mobile home rehab projects. This formula is to know what the maximum purchase price is to acquire a mobile home. How much is that I have to pay, that I can pay, is the maximum that I can pay for a property. In order to achieve my net profit of 40%, is what we use the 60% rule. Now, you must apply this rule to the assessment of the mobile homes you are buying. It's very important. Let me show you how is it that we use. I think we don't need this anymore, so let me get rid of this. And this is what I have here. I already got it written, 60% rule. The 60% rule is the ARV times 60% minus total cost equal to the purchase price. What that really means, the after repair value times 60%, you have to subtract the total cost from that number, and the number you're going to end up is going to be the maximum purchase price. Do you want me to give you some numbers that might help you? Okay. Say, and this is what you're going to do with when you come to the inspections. Okay. You set up a time for the inspection, and you come with this in mind, the 60% rule. If the ARV times 60% minus total cost. Okay, so you want to know how much is it that you can pay for the property so you can make some profit. Okay, in this particular place, your end up profit, your money in your pocket, is going to be 40% of the total, project. Okay, so say you find a mobile home that you are inspecting, and after you finish all the repairs and you put it up apart, really nice and clean, painted, whatever you're going to do with your rehab project. But your end result is going to be a mobile home that you can sell for $25,000. $25K, okay? That's going to be the selling price of the property. And when you're doing the inspections, you find out that it's a pipe broken, that is going to need the kitchen to be repainted, the in and out of the mobile home needs to be painted, the ceiling, a couple of things here and there. So everything add up to $7,000. Okay, so $7,000 of the cost of the materials and labors and everything else. So you know that you can sell it for $25,000, and you know that you're going to invest $7,000 in rehabbing. So from this assessment, you know that the ARV is 25. So let's do it again. Let's do it again. So 25, let me put it this way, 25K times 60%, okay, minus, we said 7,000, right? $7,000 that we're gonna spend on rehabbing the property. The number you're gonna see after you do this equation is gonna be, let me see, 9,000. 25, let me see. Let me use a calculator here real quick. I think it's $8,000, right? Yeah. 25,000 times 60% minus 7,000. Yeah. No, let me see. Let me make sure that I got it right. 25, 60%. Minus the 7,000. Yeah, it's $8,000. Yeah, I was right. So it's $8,000. Okay, $8,000. Double checking. It's good to double check the math. So this is the beauty of this. Okay, now you have a number to play with. Now you know that if you want to catch out of all this rehab project, 40% of it, which is going to be what is 40%? Let me see, $10,000. So if you want to catch out 10 grants out of all this project, your maximum purchase price is gotta be $8,000. That's the max that you gotta pay for this property. If you pay $8,000 for this project, you spend $7,000 in rehab, and you sell it for $25,000, your profit is gonna be $10,000. You got me? Want me to do it again? If you purchase the mobile home for $8,000, you spend $7,000 in rehab, and you sell it for $25,000, your profit is going to be $10,000. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. You can do this in mobile homes all day long, but you just gotta find. You just gotta know your numbers. If you want to know more about this, just click the link below. If you're interested in learning more about this, my wife and I put together this course online, very professional done, well executed. So just click the link below and find out about it. Number 4, executing. Executing. By the day that you're going to start the project, right after closing, make sure that they have the water and electricity running, and usually the project starts the same date of closing. Now, pay attention to this. If you're going to use a crew, if you're going to use somebody to help you, on the project, give them a finish date, of course. Make sure to write a contract. And if you want to help yourself, give them an incentive if they finish earlier from the day stipulated in the contract. And if they breach the contract, if they don't finish on time, make sure that there's a fee involved there for every day that they go after the finish date. So those are things that, tips to give you. Why? Because in reality, if they don't finish on time, remember, you're planning. This is part of the planning. It's the part that takes longer. In reality, if they don't finish on time, your carrying cost is going to be graded for you. So they're making you lose money if they don't finish on time. So keep that in mind, okay? How are you going to do the rehab project? Let me put it in 6 simple steps, okay? The very first thing is to do this, to demolish. Everything that has to come down, put it down, all the debris out of the trash. That's the first thing to do and rehab it. The second thing is fixing up everything that needs to be fixed up, like water leaks, electricity, plumbing, everything that needs to be fixed, fix it up. Demolishing, fixing. Number 3, this is the time to start building up again, okay? If you're gonna do a new layout for the kitchen, lift up a new walls, or put new cabinets, sink cabinets, whatever you need to be doing, this is the time that you gotta do it. Number 4, Clean everything after you do all the fixing up, the demolishing, the fix up, and build up. All those debris, gotta be cleaned up. Walls, out of the dusting and everything, because you're gonna start painting. Now is the time for painting. Okay. And number 5, the flooring. The flooring comes after the painting. You don't want to mess up with your floors. You don't want to be painting with all the new floors. No way. You don't want to do that. So flooring is the last thing that you're going to do in a rehab project. But wait, is even just another one, just in case. If you stayed on properties, on mobile homes, on communities that we call A or B communities, mobile home parks, those are really nice places, beautiful places. Some of them are gated communities, nice places. I love them. In those areas, see if you can find somebody to help you do the staging. The staging helps a lot. It might not increase the value of the property. It might not, but it's going to help you sell it faster. That's why you want to use staging. So, but then again, you might not need it on the $10,000 or $5,000 projects, but on the 50 and up, you might need it. It helps a lot. We have done it with excellent results. Number 5, the selling time. This is the best stage. I call it the best because this is the moment that you recoup all the money invested with dividends. This is the nice step. The last one, actually. When selling a mobile home, you better ask yourself, let me give you this tip. It might help you a lot. When you're selling a mobile home, ask yourself if you want to do the selling portion of the project, like put up a for sale by owner sign up front, okay? If you want to do some marketing, good. Pick up all the phone calls. Make sure that the buyers are willing and qualified at the park. If they be okay with the mobile home park, with the community, you have to go through the process of approving your buyer. And if it's going to go through a lender, in case it's one of those properties that they don't have cash and you can use a lender, make sure that you get the buyers pre-qualified for a loan, and you have to follow up all the loan process. Usually takes 30 days. It depends. So all those steps, if you want to do it, it's okay. It's your project. It's your money involved. It's your time. I don't have any problem with that. I used to do it when we first started. But you have an option. You can hire somebody to do it for you. You can hire, say, a real estate agent. Okay? They have the experience. They know all these different steps. They do it and every day. That's their job. And if you hire them for a fee, for a commission, of course, put it as a part of your budget. It's part of your budget. Okay? Why is it that we switch from doing it ourselves to hiring somebody? Very simple. It's nothing about profit. We find out that by hiring somebody, we have more time and go find new projects and planning the new projects and hire other people to do the job, the hard part of the jobs. And we keep looking for new projects to do. That way you're going to increase your profitability of earning more money on a daily basis. Again, I just hope that this has been really good material for you to use. And I would love to help you with mobile home projects. And if you want to know more about it, just click the link below. And we will with you, try to coach you if it's necessary, your first or your next deal. Go to mobile home. Click the link below. And you find out more information about this. All right? Till next time.